Hello everyone, welcome back. Tonight, I want to tell you a real story to help you fall asleep. A story so quiet yet so strange, it will slowly drift your mind away. Last night, I was driving through a lonely highway in Ohio when a cop pulled me over. He took my license, went back to his car, and returned 2 minutes later with a pale face and his hand on his gun. He looked at me and whispered, "Sir, the man with this exact name and license is currently sitting in a jail, cell 60 miles away." My heart dropped into my stomach. I smiled, thinking it was a massive computer error, but the cop wasn't joking. He ordered me out of the vehicle with his gun raised. As I stepped onto the cold asphalt, my phone buzzed in my pocket. It was a FaceTime call from an unknown number. For some reason, I pressed accept. The screen lit up, showing a dimly lit room. A man was sitting there, wearing the exact same jacket as me. He slowly turned the camera toward his face. My breath completely stopped. It was me. The identical face, the same scar under the left eye. The man on the screen smiled a dark, twisted smile, looked directly into the camera, and whispered, "You shouldn't have gone out tonight. I'm taking over now." Before I could scream, the cop's radio buzzed, and a voice screamed, "Suspect escaped from custody." But the cop wasn't looking at the radio. He was staring at me in absolute terror. The cop backed away from me, his hands shaking as he kept his gun pointed at my chest. He believed I was the escaped convict. I tried to show him my phone screen to prove someone was pulling a twisted prank on us, but the FaceTime call abruptly disconnected. The screen went pitch black. At that exact moment, the headlights of my own car flickered and died, plunging the lonely highway into complete darkness. The only light left was the flashing blue and red beams from the police cruiser. Then, over the loud buzzing of the cop's radio, I heard a sound that made my skin crawl. It was coming from the back seat of my own locked car. A soft, familiar chuckle. I slowly turned my head. In the strobing police lights, I saw someone sitting in the darkness of my back seat. He looked exactly like me, wearing the same jacket, staring back through the glass with wide, unblinking eyes. He tapped a single, pale finger against the window and mouthed the words, "Let me out." I froze in an absolute horror. Before I could move, the cop panicked. Hearing the noise from the car, he fired a warning shot into the air and screamed at me to drop to the ground. But as I fell to the cold asphalt, the back door of my car slowly clicked open from the inside. The man stepped out. In the flashing blue and red police lights, we looked like twins, but his movements were unnatural, almost fluid. The cop turned his gun toward the stranger, his voice cracking, "Don't move." The duplicate just smiled, holding up an old bloody wallet. My wallet. He looked at the cop and said in my exact voice, "Officer, thank God you caught him. That thing stole my car and my identity 60 miles ago." The cop looked at the wallet, then at the stranger's calm face, and finally down at me, trembling on the road. Without a word, the cop dragged me up and handcuffed me. As they forced me into the back of the police cruiser, I looked out the window. My double was standing by my car, waving goodbye with a dark, victorious smile. I was going to his jail cell. He was going to my home. So that's all for tonight, everyone. If you want another terrifying story to fall asleep to, let me know in the comments below. Sleep well, and don't forget to look behind you.